What's up, everybody? It's Peter, and welcome to our channel. And today it's gonna be quite interesting video. Here's my Onewheel GT. I did take it apart, and it has some problem. And at first glance, it was working fine, but it doesn't have full torque, even when battery is full of charge. If I was a lighter person, probably I will not recognize it, but because I'm a heavy dude, pretty much it feels like it's a 50% torque from what it should be. And a few weeks ago, I did contact Future Motion. I did provide it receipt when I purchased it. First, they said according to date of purchase, it was not under warranty, which was not quite true because the wheel is less than a year old. And then I tell them, so hey guys, take a look again the date of purchase. You will see it's less than a year. It's supposed to be under warranty. Pretty much email after email, they give me a long run, and I kind of give up because, in my opinion, warranty repair, if a wheel still under warranty, if it's in that time frame when warranty is supposed to cover it, they're supposed to be step forward and do a warranty repair. Now, like I said, you see, I did take it apart and discovered quite few interesting issue which I'd like to show you guys for future record. If you guys have a similar problem, then you know what to looking for. Pretty much, I'm not really sure if that's 100% will be cured for my problem, but I know one thing for sure: loose connection, it's always not good. Will not provide. It can provide the right voltage, but will not provide it the good amperage. And let me show you. For example, like this connector, without too much effort, will bring it in. I mean, you can connect it, disconnect, no problem. And that's a XT60. I mean, I'm not really sure if that's original, real deal XT60 connectors or it's kind of like counterfeit one, because here I got original XT60. I mean, from Hobby Shop. I usually use them for my RC, and those connectors really tight. I mean, you can feel it how hard you have to push it in or pull it out apart to disconnect it. This one, it feels like it's supposed to be much tighter. And there's a video, one guy has a problem with connector when he move it back and forth and it will disconnect. Mine, I mean, I didn't try it to be honest, but it feels, this connector feels quite light. On BMS board, I was kind of quite surprised to find that this connector, I mean, to a menace harness, it's loose. I mean, it's not too loose, but you can pull it out apart quite easy. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, if you hold it like that, it pulls really easy. But from battery connector, let me pull it out, the battery. And battery side, the connector actually, it's much lighter. Unbelievable how loose. Let me show you how loose that connector is. I mean, in the one hand, it's good I didn't rode it for too long when I discovered that issue. I mean, with torque. Probably those loose connections, that's where it loses amperage. And those siren points, when they placed those connectors, they probably coated with that clear coat. It looks like it was already slightly overheating or so, and loose connection can generate heat because it's loose. On the other side, it doesn't look, I mean, any overheating issue or so. Anyway, yeah, like I said, loose connection is not good idea. The battery itself, it looks pretty good. Actually, I was always wondering what's capacity is, and it's a 8 amp, 18 watt per hour lithium ion battery. The battery looks really nice. It's gonna be good for some kind of VESC project. Eventually, probably I was gonna convert it my XR to a VESC, and probably this battery will somehow implement in my VESC project. Oh, by the way, here's I'm not really sure what's going on here. It looks like been rubbing through, and I know, I mean, the battery when it's in, it's not really moving. I mean, it's nice, it fits nice and tight. It's probably from factory. Maybe when it sits on the shelf, it did wear out somehow. Anyway, speaking about this loose connection, um, because some people, I believe that guy on the forum, he was kind of suggest to try it, glue it. I mean, a few drops with epoxy or so to prevent disconnected by itself. But gluing connector, that's not gonna fix how tight connector fit in. By gluing, probably, yeah, the connector will not come apart by itself. But you have to ask you have to ask yourself, by gluing, are you fixing a problem with how much that connector can supply it amperage to the board? That's another question. I mean, if connectors still loose, I mean, still not too tight, I mean, those pins. Actually, let me show you on XT60, the one I got from Hobby Shop. Pretty much, you look at, and there's a four. I mean, it looks like a four jaws. If they not have enough pressure to keep it connector nice and tight, it will not provide it good amperage. Plus, if they're not applying the right pressure or enough pressure, from under load, for lighter guy, like I said, it will not make any difference probably. But for heavy guy, because it's not connecting all surface around, for example, it will generate a heat, and heat, like I said, it's not good. Pretty much to fix that issue, there's a simple and easy. Actually, I'm not gonna show you on that connector because it sits kind of deep. It's a simple and easy fix there is. You grab it, a tiny jewelry screwdriver, a Phillips style, point it on the center, find it, make sure those little wings will fit. I mean, if you not really can see like I am, just rotate it and you can feel it where there are feels. And just push it in. In that case, let me look at that. You spray it farther, and that's what will give you a nice good pressure. Let me try it, plug it back to board. Look at how tight now it fits. Oh, now it's 2-3 times better than was before. Easy, simple fix, and now you know your connector is good as new, probably. Well, if connector did overheat and you can see some discoloration on the metal, then probably just better make sense to replace it. But if connector nice and clean, no burning spots, fixing with screwdriver, with tiny Phillips screwdriver, that's probably the way to go. To be honest, I'm not surprising about those connectors. I'm not surprising about Onewheel from beginning has all, I mean, GT has all kind problem, dead on arrival, doesn't power on, doesn't or shuts down by itself when you're riding. That's probably what's related to connector itself. Connector, switch, maybe some loose wires. But GT from start, in my opinion, that was a bad design. I don't know how they come out with such a bad design, how Future Motion able to screw up such a nice idea to have upgrade wheel for XR. Why I'm saying that? First, they increased the size of a rim. There's there's not many reasons to do that, especially you leave it stator same size. I mean, by increasing a rim size will not give you extra torque, will not give you extra benefit. In a cooling department, some people can say, oh, it's a bigger wheel, in a rim in diameter, it cools better. To cool better, they should use it same technology like they did on XR side rails. Mine already been modified. I did machine it. Original way, first rail is not machined, it is a casted. Plus, it's not anodized aluminum. It's a powder coated. Powder coating, it works almost like a plastic. I mean, a hard coating is much harder, of course, than plastic, but it doesn't transfer any heat. Pretty much, but I mean, right now you see a nice shiny aluminum that I did machine it a rail, machine it a block, and now it works when it's mounted. Everything, it works like a cooling sink for axle. Before, with powder coating, this rail barely take any heat from axle, and that's why a lot of people do have overheating issue. I mean, they should, when they design it GT, they should never increase it a size of rim. Rail, same thing. By cheaping technology, the way it's made, they increased another problem with overheating, and that's a big no in my opinion. They should never powder coat it inside the rail where mounting block meets a rail itself. Then bolts. I mean, I don't have nothing against these bolts. That's original bolt, but the way they design it, the rail itself, the way the bolt fits, and in the first glance, some people can say there's nothing wrong about that too. But then when you look at how thin the aluminum itself, the flange which holding a bolt to go through, on a XR, we're talking about what, three-quarter inch or so. Here, it's what, 3/16? No, less than 3/16 probably or so. Really thin. Pretty much, if you over tighten that bolt, I mean that surface area where the bolt pressure applies to a rail and then to mounting block, it will bend. Yeah, pretty much like I did machine it. Then you're not supposed to tighten bolts really tight because it will bend those surfaces. Anyway, I mean, I can talk about GT probably all day long to telling you guys all kind issues, all kind problems. Same thing about footpads. I mean, the footpads, in my opinion, concave footpad. Actually, that's a rear. Let me grab it from. To be honest, someone come out with that idea. Let's do a concave footpad. You don't have to be a rocket scientist. By creating a concave footpad, that will create at the same time, it will create some problem as well. Let me show you example on a credit card. Pretty much, let's pretend that's a footpad, concave footpad. I simulated this surface. By pushing in, it's one pressure. By when it's bent, by pushing out, for example, you feel it 10 times more pressure. And in my opinion, if the sensor, same sensor, you glue it, you put it, apply it on a flat footpad, or you apply it on a concave footpad, because of a shape, it will have more problem for ghosting, because when you apply it, the pressure already have to push that sensor in, I mean, to activate. That's what in my opinion. I'm not 100% positive on that one. I'm quite sure that's how it works physics, but Fisher Motion decided they probably, I mean, know better than anybody else, and that's what they created, the disaster. Actually, about footpad, that's a quite funny story. I mean, when I bought this GT, I mean, I ordered it at local dealer, and they call me. They said, "Hey, your wheel is here." I get there, and at that time already, everybody knows about ghosting and all that. And I tell him, "Okay, let's pull it out from box. I'd like to, power it and test its sensor If it's gonna ghost it, I will not buy it. If it's gonna work properly, I will buy it. I sit down on a chair, put it my GT on my laps, to make sure wheel will free spin, and I power it, and I activate. The wheel starts spin. As soon as let go, it's still spinning. I have to manually reboot it. And I kind of start laughing. I said, wow, it's like a new wheel and already ghosting. I'm not even riding, right? I did test, sensor, and it's already ghosting. But then I tap it multiple times, on the grip tape, because I know when grip tape is new and it didn't flex, it doesn't have any usage from flexing, from activating back four. It much slightly harder than when it's used. And pretty much after tapping, I don't know, 10 times or so, I did same test. It didn't ghost. And pretty much with this pad, front foot pad, like I said, it did ghosted once in store, never again. But Future Motion did send me a replacement one. I got in a box, and here's my replacement one, brand new. This one probably maybe 50-50 time. Percentage. It will not activate. I'm a heavy guy. It will. Even with my weight, you have to precisely somehow put it foot and then will be activate. It's really pain in the butt. I call Future Motion. I contacted them. I said, guys, your replacement footpad doesn't work. The old one ghosted once, but never again. This one, I have a hard time to activate. I have a friend which like 160 pounds or 150 pounds. In his case, 95% or so, it will never activate. He was not able to ride at my GT. He was always riding my XR, because XR that doesn't have that problem. Anyway, guys, I hope that this video is kind of interesting. I'm sorry if it sounds like I'm quite winding on a Future Motion. We all know how wonderful those guys, and actually I'm learning on my own experience how good they are, especially on the warranties repair. But I hope you guys do like this video. If you do, thumbs up. If you don't want to miss any future videos, subscribe. I will really appreciate it. Thank you.